Hey family, happy afternoon on a Wednesday. Thank you for joining. Thank you to all my replay viewers and all my live viewers. It's me, Darissa. Let me kind of adjust myself just a little bit here. My people here on Periscope. Hello, Doc. Okay, there we go. And Mom is asleep. My beautiful co-host, Joe McAllister, is asleep. It's been a very interesting day. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Darissa, and I am the CEO and founder of God's Chosen Vessels, and I'm also the creator of the Embrace Formula. God bless you. God bless you, and thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting your followers, and thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. I really need some prayer today, y'all. Mr. Enemy is trying to just do all kind of things, but that's okay. To God be the glory. I've got the victory. I already know that. And so I apologize. You know, y'all know I like to stick to a schedule. You know this. Everybody who's been hanging with me for this 102 episodes. Thank the Lord. Isn't that something? So he's been a little busy. I'm a little off track, just a little bit, but to God be the glory, because I know all things will work together for my good. Mama is in a wonderful place. We've had a lot of nurses coming in and out this morning, so it's been a little busy around here. And so that is the reason for my tardiness. And so again, I apologize. You guys know I don't, I like to stay on schedule. I like to come, and I'm dedicated to 365 days straight. So this is episode 102 for the Embrace Formula Word of the Day. And I am thankful to be here, and I just thank God. I prayed before I came on. So we're going to do this. Now, for those of you who are visiting our program today, if you've never sat in on this word of the day, it's a little different. What we do is we choose a word from this glass, and we choose the word blindly. The reason why we do this exercise is not to take the place of your prayer time or your devotion time. That's why we like to do this in the morning before the day starts, because this is what I want you to practice and to become good. Hey, good afternoon. I was getting ready to say good morning. I'm so used to saying good morning. Good afternoon, Miss Snow Platinum. I love it. I love it, sis. I love it. I never really said your handle out loud, but now I get it. And so I'm on later today. I was explaining that Mom's had a kind of a rocky start today. We've had 2 nurses come through, and I'm waiting on another one. Yes, Miss Deborah. No, darling. So I thank you. I thank you for coming on. When you got the notification, you could have kept going, but I understand and I appreciate you. And so I was explaining what the word of the day is and how it works better in the morning when your day is fresh and the world hasn't started, getting busy around you, and your mind is still open to doing things that are positive, before everything starts setting in, And so this is not to take the place of your prayer time. Thank you, and I appreciate you too. I really do, sis. I really do. Just keep me in prayer, but more importantly, keep Mom in prayer, because she is, every day she's slowly transitioning, And my prayer, I just ask the Lord every day just to keep her pain free. If we can ride this puppy pain free, I'd be a thankful woman. A thankful woman. And so far he has been faithful. So I am so grateful for that. God is amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing. And you can't tell me otherwise. So anyway, back to the word of the day. So we choose the word, and sometimes the words are nice and friendly words, and then sometimes they're not so positive. And so we want to practice changing our perception on how we react to, how we see things and how we react to things. And we have to always keep in the forefront of our mind that God is in control. God is in control. I've been telling myself that this all morning, just repetitively. He's in control. Nothing takes him by surprise. It doesn't matter what it looks like. God has this thing on lock. Okay, he really does. And you don't have to understand. Urgent welcome. I understand I lost my mom. Oh wow, 12:21. I will lift you up in prayer. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you. I really do. And so I just I have come to learn that when I see things differently, when I change my perception, God has taught me that my whole life will change, because the way you see things really dictates how you respond to situations and how you respond to people, how you interact with people, how you go about your day. It really does affect your faith walk, If you walk around with your head down and in a gloom and doom, and you let Satan convince you that you are defeated and that you aren't worthy and that you're unlovable and you're untouchable, if you let him convince you of that, then you can just forget it. I mean, because you react to everything in that mindset. But when you believe who God says you are, when you believe that you can do all things through him, when you believe that he will never leave you or forsake you, when you believe that he woke you up this morning with a purpose, that if you believe that everything that has happened for your good and it will work out for your good, and if you believe that he has prepared you for such a time as this, whatever the this is that's going on, then it will affect your whole being, your whole life. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what this whole perception thing is about. You have to face life with tunnel vision of whatever he has in store for you. You don't have to see the whole picture. You really don't. It's not up to you, because then we start leaning on to our own understanding. Well, what we think this means and how this is going to fit, and maybe I should tweak this. No. That's not for you to decide. That's not for you to figure out. You're not that smart. We're not that smart. So we have to trust him. We have to have faith in him that he knows what he's doing. And so you have to change your perception so that it will line up with what the word says and how he sees you and who he says you are. That's the only thing that's going to work. That's the only thing that's going to work. And I promise you, my brothers and sisters, your life will be better for it. I promise you that. When that thing clicked for me, when it clicked, when I got it, that Darissa, you can't control this. You can't control everything around you. Get out of that fear thing. I really went through that when my father got murdered. I'm thinking, well, if I figure out where people are in my life, and if I figure out, where I need to position myself, if I figure this down, and and just trying to piece it together, then okay, I'm cool, I'm set, I'm straight, nothing can bother me. No, you cannot do that. Please hear me when I say, been there, done that. It don't work. It does not work. I promise you that. We have to lean on him. We have to depend on him. We have to trust that he is the creator of all things for a reason. He knows what he's doing, you guys. He knows what he's doing. Don't be like the children of Israel. Don't have to go 40 years to learn something that I'm telling you right now. Don't let it be an unnecessary and very expensive lesson. I'm telling you what you need to know. I'm telling you what you need to do. The sooner you relinquish control over that thing called your life, the better off you will be. The better off you will be. He will bless you abundantly, because he's going to reward your faithfulness. He's going to reward your trust. He's going to reward that faith that you have in him, because you're saying, God, I know you got this. So tell me what I need to do. Tell me how I fit into the puzzle so I can act accordingly. Tell me what I need to say. Tell me how I need to walk. You tell me what I need to do. And so, yeah, and y'all know I digress, but I just had to say that. And I'm preaching to myself, because with the events of this morning, it would have been so easy to get into this thing of, well, Lord, that really wasn't what I tried to do today, and that wasn't on my list, and okay, so let me try to control this. No, I had to sit back. I had to talk to him first, pray, get some wisdom and some discernment to figure out what I needed to do to help my mother. And he did just what he said he would do. He showed up. He showed up. And I heard him just as clear. And now she's resting peacefully. I don't know if Periscope, you can see the little top of her head. She's resting peacefully. And it wasn't my doing. I know it wasn't my doing. This was all by the grace of God. And it doesn't take me by surprise, but I have to admit that every time he does what he says he'll do, the human part of me says he always does. There's just a part of me that's like, wow. Not that I'm surprised that you did it, but at the same time, I'm just in awe that he does it. You know what I'm saying? That in his busy schedule, he still takes the time to come see about little old me. I'm just in awe of that. The creator of the... Oh, God. The creator of the universe takes the time to come to see about me and my mama. And trust me when I say he does the same and will do the same for you. But trust him, y'all. Okay, I'm way off in outer space somewhere. we gonna pull this word. We gonna pull this word. But God is good, y'all. I'm telling you, he ain't failed me yet. He ain't never failed me. And I don't plan on him doing it no time soon. Y'all know I'm silly. We gonna pull this word. So all you newcomers, I usually don't ramble this much at the beginning. I don't, but I do ramble. That probably should be my new nickname. So it's okay. So our word, open. Open is our word. Facebook family and Periscope family. Open. The first thing that comes to my mind is, are you open to what God has planned for you? Yeah, open. Are you open to what he has planned for you? Meaning, you have to get up out yourself. It might even feel like you have to abandon what you thought you were going to, say, be when you grew up. Hey, Sabrina, good afternoon, darling. Are you open to that thing? If God has placed something in your heart to do you find yourself, or to say to someone at your job or something like that, it takes a mind shift? Yeah, because us A-type personalities, us people who think we have it figured all out, sometimes God will rock your world and he will impress upon you loudly, hello, get your attention. Well, you know that it's him, and he's impressing upon you to do things a certain way. But in your mind, you've already figured out, well, no, I was planning on doing it like this. Hey, sweetie, I hope you're feeling better. Are you open to his plan, his way, his will? Sometimes that can be very difficult when we think we have it all worked out. But it goes back to what I was saying about that whole trust thing. I tend to be a very organized person. I'm glad to hear it, Brina. A very organized person, a very meticulous person sometimes, probably to a fault. And this was one of the biggest things, being open, being, what's the word? Not open, but it's another word for that. When you're being, oh gosh, it'll come to me, I know, at 3 o'clock in the morning. But just being open to doing things a different way, to a different plan. One of my sons said, Mom, you're stubborn. I can be stubborn probably to a fault. When I haven't figured out what I want to do, what it needs to look like, what I want to wear, what I want to buy, how much I want to pay. I mean, just everything. I'm very, there's a purpose. You know what I'm saying? There's a purpose and a plan for everything. I'm not a willy-nilly kind of chick. I'm just not. And so sometimes I'm probably not open. So that was something that God really had to work on me with. Because his ways are not our ways. And that's just fact. That's truth. Okay, that difference between true and truth. That is truth. That his ways are not our ways. They're far from our ways. And so sometimes in life we will find that the way we had our life orchestrated in our head and planned in our head looks totally different than the way God has it planned. And we have to be very careful not to buck the system, not to go against his will. His will is going to always be done. But what I mean by going against his will, just basically doing the opposite of what we know. Thank you. I noticed you are in your conversating. You notice? Oh, you notice I was talking? Yeah, I was kind of talking a lot this morning. We have to be very careful and mindful, and that goes back to us being connected to the source. I always talk about, staying in tune and staying in touch and staying in your word and talking with the Lord, getting familiar with his voice. You know what I'm saying? Getting real familiar with that, so when he's telling you to do something, when he's nudging you, he's impressing upon you. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you. I speak truth is in the house. And so our word of the day is open. And I'm posing the question, are you open to what God has planned for you, even if it looks totally different from your plans, from what you want to do? That can be a difficult thing even for believers. That can be a difficult thing. And I think it has more to do with ego and control than it does with faith and trust. It probably sometimes has something to do with trust. I get that. But I'm willing to bet it has more to do with our control thing, because this is what we want. And this is what we understand. You have testimonies? Yes, ma'am. Ain't nothing like a good testimony. I'm gonna tell you that. But I think it has a lot to do with us feeling that this is what we want. I think Freud calls it the id in us, or the id, not the id syndrome, but it's that ego thing. It's that thing that that needs satisfying, that self-gratification. And so I believe that that's what gets in the way a lot of times when God is trying to help us out. His will is always going to be best. It's when it goes down the way He wants it to go down, because all things work together for our good, remember? And His plan, His ways are not our ways. He has plans for us. He knew us in our mother's womb. There's nothing wrong with His will. You'll find no bad, no negative, no ill, nothing negative about that. Whereas our plans could be based on self-centeredness. It can be based on monetary things. It could be based on what we're going to get out of it. It can be it's just so many things that it could hinge upon, and we could still perceive it to be the right way or what's best, and that's not necessarily true. I think in being open to God, number one, yes, we're overcome with our good testimony. Yes, we are. We have to be open to what God has for us. There's a song that says, "What God has for me is for me." And I love that song. I really do. That just came to mind. I think I'll play that when I get off. But because Facebook won't let you play music. Otherwise, I'd have music playing during my broadcast. But I digress. Anyway, because they'll snatch the whole broadcast off, just gone. So I'm feeling in my spirit that what God is saying is, tell the people, and I'm saying this because this is what I had to work on. I had to work on being open to His way and to His will, drowning my own voice out. Literally drowning my voice out. That took some time, but it wasn't impossible, because when I submitted to God and His will, when I in my heart just yearned to know Him and to be closer to Him and to just be open to whatever He has for me. And I think I said this on yesterday. Miss Oprah always says, Sister Oprah says, God can dream a better dream for you than you ever can dream. And that is so true. His thoughts are just so much bigger than our thoughts. I mean, we can't even fathom. Just His thoughts are amazing and wonderful and marvelous. Wouldn't you want a piece of that? Why would you block the blessings that He has in store for you by saying, no, that's okay, I'll do it my way? Why would anybody in their right mind think that way? I mean, think about it. Why, if your way would get you this, but His way would get you this, why would you continue to do it that way and not be open to His way? I don't even understand what sense that would make, but that's what we do constantly when we decide to do it our way. That's basically what we're saying. I'll settle for this, because you can't be naive enough to think that your way is the best way, is better than His way. I don't understand how you would even come to that conclusion. But isn't that what you're doing when you say, Lord, I'm going to try it this way first, instead of being open to what He's telling you to do? Either when He's impressing it upon you, whether He's telling you flat out in the Word what to do. I mean, you can't get any plainer than that. So, for you to turn your back on being open to what's best and what's right and what's of God, that makes absolutely no sense. So my challenge for us today is to find a way. We all know ourselves. We all know where we're probably short in this area. Like I said, for myself, because I was a bit of a control freak. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. That thing, that dragon hasn't been totally slayed. I mean, he's slayed. He's down on the ground. He hasn't gotten up in a while, but I can still see, because he's a dragon, I can still see the smoldering. Just kind of, he's extinguished, but there's still some smoldering, some smoke still coming up from him, you know. So I'm trying to just totally get rid of that thing. And so you know yourself. What is it that you need to work on? How is it that you need to take this word and make it, oh, it's upside down, sorry, and make this word and make it your own, make it fit, make it where you fit more in God's will, fit by being submissive, fit by submitting yourself, your whole body, submit your whole body, you know, as a living sacrifice. Okay, so how do you make yourself open to that? Is it more prayer time so you can hear him clearer? Is it with you know, just constant communication, constant being in your word so you can hear him from the word? You know what that thing looks like. For me, it was more so just more prayer time, just more alone time, especially in the morning, in the early mornings before the day got busy. I had to commit to God. I don't want to hear nobody else's voice, including my own. I want to be open. I want to hear you clearly, just like my mama. When mama would say something, you know your mama's voice. You know mama's voice. Mama say, get off that telephone. You didn't sit there and contemplate, well, am I going to be open to that? Okay. I mean, I yearned to hear him that clear, and he was faithful to make himself known to me, to present himself. So I know when he's speaking to me. I know when he's, you know, in my heart of heart. Honey, you better listen. And you better do it. So that's how I yearn for him. You know, in my prayer time, it got to that point in my life, and it took some years to get to that point. But I wanted to be open to whatever, and even recently, being open to what he has, the plan he has for my life. Or else, you better say that, Deborah. Or else, because there was always some consequences, huh? And so, you know, like now I see where, because I am more open to him, because I am straight out just taking, Lord, you have put skills in me, you have put thoughts and ideas and witty inventions and certain things in me. Oh, I'm open to however you want to use me. You know, no fine print on the contract, no hidden agendas. Use me. I'm open. I'm a walking, living testimony vessel / whatever you want to call it. Just use me. And when I made that plea, when I went to him and presented myself a living sacrifice, and presented myself as a mouthpiece, he just started opening. I mean, literally, y'all, within an hour, I mean 2 hours in one case, I remember vividly, but just days, just things, just, it's like, what? I mean, that's how he operates. That's how he operates. He can't, if you're not open to him, how can he pour into you? If you close that vessel up, where is he going to get in? Where does he fit in? You know what the kids say, I get in where I fit in. Where is he going to fit in? You've closed yourself up. Be open. Hey, good. It's evening for you. Hey, Robin, thank you for joining, sissy. So, you know, you want to stay open. How can you be God's chosen vessel? How can you be a vessel? And each and every one of us, we are vessels. You are vessels. You might not do what I do. You might not have my testimony, because you don't. My testimony is my testimony, but you have your own testimony. You are still a chosen vessel. He has chosen you for such a time as this, for something. You got to find out what that something is, what that purpose is. On a daily, he uses us in marvelous ways. Just something as simple as going to Walmart and standing behind some woman and you know, somebody. I know it's happened to me several times. I've gotten in line and I'm like, no, I think I want to go get something else. I'll go and get the something else, come back and get behind someone who might be $2 short. Okay, now if I'd stayed the first time, I'd have missed the opportunity to bless somebody. I'm just saying, I'm using it as an example. God will orchestrate you. If you open to being used, be careful what you pray for, because he will use you. He will put you in some situations to give somebody a word, to motivate them. Do you see Mama? Yes, she's over there asleep, girl. He will give you the opportunity to bless someone, to motivate someone, to pray for someone, to give somebody a helping hand. I mean, he can use you in so many ways, but you got to be open to it. You got to be open to it. And it's such a blessing to be used by the Creator himself. There's nothing like it. I love saying that I am employed by the Creator. I got the best boss in the world. I really do. I really do. So, you know, yeah, be open. Be open, you guys. Let him use you. Let him use you today. I challenge you today to present your body as a living sacrifice. Lord, use me. Use me to show someone the way. There's a song. Enable them to say, my heart is open to you, Lord. He's waiting. He's waiting. So anyway, you guys, we've gone on. I thank you so much for joining today for this 102nd episode of The Word of the Day, Embrace TV. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate you, Deborah. I do. Yes, Lord, I'm available to you. I love that song. I love that song. I have a nephew who plays that on the saxophone. And honey, it's no joke. Again, I digress. But yeah, that's one of my favorite songs, Deborah. Robin, thank you, darling. You can catch the replay, sis. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. You guys, I encourage you, as always, to embrace your life and embrace your purpose. Cherish your time. God has given us another chance to get it right. Let's be open, you guys. Let's be open to however he wants to use us. Be open. Let him employ you. He will employ you today. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yes, ma'am, my show will, sis. I will do just that. I think I'm going to start off. I'm going to go check on my baby girl because she's mighty quiet in there. And mom is sleeping peacefully, thank the Lord. And then I'm going to go get me a little bit to eat. Mom had a rough morning, Sabrina. Thank you for asking. But she's, as you can see, I don't know if, oh, you can't see her on Periscope. There you go. That's a little better. So she's resting peacefully, okay? All right. Thank you for asking. Thank you guys for your love and for your prayers, for your support. Thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you for all the beautiful hearts. I love those hearts, Deborah. That's Mom's favorite color. Her favorite color is that sage green. That's Mama's favorite color. So I love that. You got the color of the day today. All right. I love y'all. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed.